Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Got it. Again, everyone, thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate it. And again, we'll try and stay on track as much as possible going forward. But good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a great opportunity for us to touch base with you guys when people aren't talking as much as we used to. So again, thank you, Kathy, for allowing us half an hour, 40 minutes or so of your time on a busy Friday. We know that's important, so we want to make this impactful as well. And Colleen, thank you so much for realizing that, hey, you know, there's a need to get out and again, touch base with everybody and maybe present some new ideas, some concepts on products that some of you may or may not have worked with before, and maybe put a little twist on it and have some fun. So again, thank you very much for that. Today, the goals of the meeting is, again, to kind of meet the team. There are a couple of us, more than a couple of us out here ready, willing, and able to work with you. And we want you to know who we are and where we're at. But again, as we go through this, feel free to reach out to any of us for assistance. Review the General Mills resources and tools, and also then dive into the training portion and what you see spread out here on everybody's tables and kind of get into that. The team. I am Tim Ryan. I am the customer account specialist in Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin. Dean Sihogis is your customer account specialist, Northwest Indiana and southwest suburbs of Chicago. Danny Nelson is the customer account specialist. She covers downtown Chicago. And then Gus Patrick is the customer account specialist. That is probably going to be touching out and reaching out to most of you because he covers pretty much all of Indiana, except, like I said, with Dean in the Northwest portion. And a special guest today, our Chef Gilles is on. Chef is one of you, and it's great to have him here because his background has been in the hospitals, running hospitals. So it's so important to have somebody that understands, I think, your needs and is here to answer your questions and be a part of the meeting. So I want to say a special thank you to Chef for being a part of this today and adding to the fun that we're going to have. Our resources and tools. Again, we've got COVID resources that we have been working hard on since the beginning of the outbreak. The thing that I want to really bring to your attention is www.generalmillscf.com. You got a question, you need a recipe, you want to look for resources. That is your go-to resource from your computer to look up just about anything. And again, the COVID thing, we've put together a whole bunch of ideas and pieces of literature and information to help you if you have questions. And again, everything from individually wrapped breakfast to shelf-stable product. And what we're presenting from today is the Back to Business brochure, a piece that we just put out. So we want to reinforce that as well with the ideas and concepts that are in there. And then also know that, there are dysphagia videos. There's other things out there. If you ever want to venture into that, we partner with the Bell Institute. So very big on healthcare and ideas and concepts there. So just understand that is a go-to place for you as well as any of us. But again, it's right at your fingertips. Additional resources that we have and tools. Again, helping to grow your business is really what we're wanting. Samples, we've got a very liberal sample policy. You're able to look up products again at www.generalmillscf.com. Racks and displays for the products we're showing, for grab and go products, which I think are so important these days in the cafeterias. And then rebates, we've gone mobile and online with rebates, making it easier for customers to be able to access the rebates, submit the rebate forms. And there again, that's out there at generalmillscf.com. So let's get training. We're looking today at biscuits, scones, cinnamon rolls, muffin batter. Why those items? Because that's our core frozen baked good items. And really because as things change here in the business, you're looking for ease of use, for quality, consistency. And then one of the other big things that you're going to be looking for, I think, and you'll hear a lot of today with everybody's breakout, is versatility. Being able to take a product and make something more than just a muffin, than just a biscuit, and present it in so many different ways that, you know, it works through all the day parts. So it's maybe a 1+ item here, 1+ item there to the base product. But these are items that are going to help you make money, help you drive sales at the register, and hopefully beyond. So with that being said, we'll move over to getting the biscuit training started. Our biscuits are second to none. They're phenomenal. Whether you use a mix, a place and bake, or a baked item, a baked biscuit, all very good, offering you some different options. Today we're going to be focusing on baked and then place and bake. And again, place and bake is going to give you a little more versatility. There's that word, and save you maybe a little bit of money. But again, it's just what you can do with that place and bake dough can take you a lot of different places. But we also know that we also have baked biscuits that are quick, easy to use, and phenomenal products. Gordon stocks a wide range of those products, from the baked to the pucks to the whole grain biscuits, garlic cheddar biscuits. And again, at the bottom of the screen, you can see, hey, let's make some money. What are those products going to cost? GFS item 618152, for instance, 19 cents each for a place and bake puck, a baked biscuit right around 25 cents. So, Dino, why don't you take it away? Oh, and by the way, we do have a video embedded throughout this. You'll see videos that are there for you. It's kind of that 101 type of video that you can click on when we send the deck out, and you'll be able to give you some basic product information, how to use it, how to bake it, and again, maybe a few different ideas on what to do with the product. So with that being said, Dino, welcome.
Hey, how are you? Thank you, Tim. Great introduction. My name is Dean, everybody. I am one of the team members here that are here to present to you today. Let's talk biscuits. So I know Tim mentioned both baked and unbaked. So I'm going to assume that we're doing Biscuit 101 along with some training. So this would be kind of like your baked biscuits that are already baked from us, and they come in these sleeves. All you do is you take them out and you reheat them, and then you can, in your oven or in your steam table, and then you would make biscuits and gravy, or you can make some sandwiches and some other ton of recipes on General Mills foodservice.com. But today, what I'd like to show you, because this is if someone doesn't have let's say a lot of time, and they're looking to save some time on labor and so forth. So that is kind of that option there. But today I'm going to actually talk to you about the actual place and bake pucks. So I have a few of them here just to show you. This would be like your 4.5 ounce puck compared to your 2.2 ounce cup puck. And then this is our garlic and cheddar, which is our 1.25 ounce puck. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference there. Depending on what you want to serve, and you want to watch your costs, because this 2.2 is right around that 19-cent point that Tim talked about. This is going to be a little bit more expensive. But what I did for today's presentation is I took our pucks and I placed them on a sheet pan and just let them thaw out in my refrigerator overnight, or you can leave them on your countertop for half an hour. And then these are turned into little dough pieces, so you can actually manipulate them and you can roll them out and start making some different recipes. Since the word of the day is versatility, I'm going to show you 3 recipes today that I did using these pucks. Now, if you were going to make regular biscuits, all you would do is you take these and put them on a sheet pan right next to each other so that they're touching, because then you're going to get more height when you bake them, and you're going to get your traditional biscuits for biscuits and gravy, or breakfast biscuit sandwiches. But what I did is I actually thawed them out, and then I rolled them out and made some different recipes. So I just bumped into one of my sandwiches here. That's why I was kind of reaching down here. But here, let's start out with the first one. This is the breakfast egg cup. So what I did is I took the biscuit dough and I rolled it out and I placed it inside a muffin tin. And what I'm gonna do this down like this a little bit. So basically, you place your muffin dough inside your muffin tin, and you fill it in with different ingredients. You would put in your. I actually put spinach, some ham, onions, chopped onions, and then I finished it off with an egg on top. I baked it off, and towards the end, a couple minutes, about 20 minutes in the oven, I sprinkled some Parmesan, shredded Parmesan on there just to make it look a little pretty, a little pepper, and there you go. So you have a beautiful breakfast kind of grab and go that you can serve in your cafeteria. Um, Now that we're talking a little bit about the cafeteria and the grab and go, you can easily get one of these boxes or a clamshell, maybe put a couple of them in there so people could just grab and go. Looks a little bit more sanitary. People don't like people touching their food, so you can prepackage it. I didn't have a lot of packaging at home here, but this is just a little bakery box that I had, and I threw a couple of them in there. Um, the next recipe that I did is again with my rolled out dough. Uh, I took I took the dough and I placed the dough inside my waffle iron. I don't know if you guys have waffle irons, but I'm one of the lucky ones that has one at home. And I placed it right in the middle there. And what I did is I pressed it in the waffle iron and I made a waffle biscuit. So I am using this as a bread carrier now. And I just took a little red pepper jelly, a little red pepper jelly in the bottom, and a chicken tender, and a little bit of coleslaw. And there you go. You have a beautiful looking sandwich that you can. Now you're going from the breakfast into the lunch part of the day. So just another option available there for you to use the biscuit. I actually use the garlic cheddar biscuit on this one, and it's just a great taste combination. This recipe is available online as well, like I said, and it's going to be attached at the end of the deck as well for you to review. Then the last recipe that I'm going to show you here is I took the biscuit dough, and what I did is I placed Nutella, bananas, rolled it up, and made it kind of like a little empanada. Um, I guess the size would matter. This would be more like an empanada. I have some smaller ones that I made. They look like beignets. Really awesome. I deep fried those. So once I sealed them, I dropped them in my deep fryer. And when they came out, I just put some sugar on there and dressed them up. Again, I had a box here where I placed them in. This is probably a half a dozen of beignets. Uh, my kids tried them. They've been tested. They're awesome. Everybody loves Nutella. You put Nutella on anything, and it's wonderful. And then just messing around. This is not one of my recipes, but I wanted to show you different ways. If you take that biscuit and you cut it in quarters, right? So if you just cut it in four pieces with your knife, you throw them in your deep fryer, and then all of a sudden you have these beautiful looking like donut holes. And then when you take them out of your fryer, you just toss them in a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. And these are also fantastic. So this is just a real quick overview on what you can do with our biscuits. There's plenty of recipes online as well that you can access and be very creative with your biscuits. So there's more to it than just biscuits and gravy. Back to you, Tim. Thank you for listening.
Dino, thank you so much for those ideas, and I love the little beignets with the Nutella, and I think kid tested means everything these days. So the next portion is our scones, and I know some of you have probably used our scones in the past from time to time, and our scones are number one in the food service industry. And they're unlike any other. They're crispy on the outside, a little moist and soft on the interior. From the picture, you see they're traditional English scones. Had those before, you know, they can be very dry and very biscuity. We've taken, I think, the best of both. The interior of the muffin, give you that kind of a texture and moistness on the inside, yet at the same time, giving you a little bit of that crispy exterior of the of the biscuit type of scone. So again, various ways to do it. Danny is going to be getting into that with you here in a second. And again, you can see there are #1 scones in the food service. You can go right into the video for that if you need a little bit more. But Danny, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for dealing with some technical issues that we had at the beginning, but we're really excited to be here with you. We are really excited to show you recipes, and I'm excited to show you Pillsbury scones because they're actually my favorite Pillsbury product. I've been making them since I was 15 at a rural Minnesota coffee shop, and customers would actually sit in the drive-thru for 15 to 20 minutes waiting for these to be done. They're so good. They're so easy. And again, word of the day, versatility. So I'm going to show you a few ways to use them. So our scone dough comes frozen in a sheet. There are 12 to a sheet. All you do, break them off, put them on a sheet pan, bake them. Doesn't get any easier than that. You end up with this really gorgeous, decently sized scone. So a lot of people will do this as a breakfast grab and go, takeout, or just a snack. It's perfect just as is. If you want to do a little variation to it, you can take that frozen dough, cut it in half. You can also quarter it, and then you get some different variations. So if you cut our scone dough in half before you bake it, you get something about this size. So it's a little more manageable, a little easier to like pop in a grab and go bag or container, however you want to do that. Or you can quarter these scones, and then you get really cute bite-sized scone pieces. What I did with these, if you can see, I just brushed them with a little water, dunked them in coarse sugar, and then baked them so they get a really nice, like crunchy texture to them. Pop them in a cellophane bag, put a little tie around them, and you have a really, really, really easy grab and go, impulse buy your cash register. You could also, these are good for a couple days, so it's not like you need to go through them all for the first day. It's just a really great product to have on hand. And one of my favorite ways to make our traditional scone dough is to take this frozen sheet, take one long column, so just the long side, put it face down on your sheet pan, bake it for maybe 40-45 minutes, and you get this scone blob. Let it cool, cut it, bake it again. And for those of you that don't know, something that is twice baked becomes biscotti. So I made up this beautiful box of biscottis, and these are just so nice because it's such a variation to our traditional scone dough. It's so easy. No one's going to guess this was the scone dough before. And you can put a little gold medal icing on them to dress them up, to sweeten them a little bit. Again, these bakery boxes, they're so great for grab and go. You can put product in there that's a day old. You can sell them at a discount price. However you want to do that, these boxes are really nice to have on hand, especially for grab and go applications. And I'm really excited because I get to present our new cheddar jalapeno scone dough to you. And this is brand new. It's not in distribution yet, but it will be very soon. We're really, really excited about it because our whole Pillsbury line is no artificial colors, no flavors. So you're actually getting real cheddar, real jalapeno. When you bake it up, you get this gorgeous golden brown scone bite. You can see the pieces of cheddar, the pieces of jalapeno. And this is a really big scone. It has more of a biscuit-like texture. But that was intentional because you could take this, cut it open, and make it into a sandwich, whether you want it to be pulled pork, sausage, egg, and cheese, however you want that to work. Again, you can cut this into quarters just like you did the traditional scone. So here are some beautiful scone cheddar jalapeno bites. And I brought these to my family last weekend, and they were dunking them in honey and said it was delicious that way. It mellowed the spice a little bit. So again, really easy ideas for takeout, grab and go, make that into a sandwich, however it wants to work. So thank you again so much for letting us on today, and I will pass it back to Tim.
Danny, thank you so much for that presentation on scones. And I got to tell you, the cheddar jalapeno scones, I love them. They do have some spice, but what a phenomenal product that we're introducing. And hopefully we can get a chance to get some out to you guys to try. Because I think it's a great menu item, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and carries across. Next is the Pillsbury frozen cinnamon rolls. And we've got a lot of different cinnamon rolls in stock with Gordon's. Three of the variations are the twists, the twirls and mini cinnamon rolls that we're going to talk about today. Chef is going to actually take this portion of it. So Chef, take it away.
Thank you, Tim, and thanks everybody for joining me. Can you hear me okay? Even though I'm far from my laptop?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna take you through our cinnamon roll and cinnamon twist today. I made a few different recipe iterations, but I'll start by showing you the product. So over here in my bag, I have some of the 1.5 ounce cinnamon roll. And so they're pretty small, but like Tim said, we make them all sizes. We have some gigantic one. This is pretty small, and I like to work with this one in healthcare because it works for different various area of the hospital. And that's super easy. All you have to do is take them, place them on your sheet pan with parchment or grease, and bake them. Next, we have our cinnamon twist. And basically, it's kind of the similar dough, a little bit more on the Danish side. So it's got layers through it compared to the regular cinnamon roll, which would be layered with the smear of cinnamon and butter. But same process, you just take the cinnamon twist, place it on a sheet pan, and bake it as well. So it doesn't get any easier than that. What I want to show you before I go to the recipe variation is a good basic technique once you take your cinnamon rolls out of the oven. So let me go there. Here you go. So you can see I have a pan of cinnamon roll right here. And one of the first things that not very many people are aware of that you should be doing is to lock in the moisture and basically have a longer shelf life with your product. You should brush your cinnamon roll with either a corn syrup and water mixture or a simple syrup, or even water would help it. But you just, right when they come out of the oven, you brush the top and the side. And then after they cool, so if you give it a few more minutes, this is when you can ice them if you'd like. Over here I have some gold medal icing that you just pop in the microwave, and you can use your finger or a spoon or a fork, and you can just drizzle your cinnamon roll afterwards if you wish. Another recipe variation that I wanted to show you, because I was told that you guys are looking for like happy hour theme for your operation to increase sales during those downtimes. And one of the things that works really well and that's been super popular in other places, I've suggested this, is the mini cinnamon roll and ice cup, like the icing in a cup in the clamshell. So you just do some of the icing you have, or we make a delicious vanilla icing, and I just place 3 warm mini cinnamon roll in there. You could do it 2 as well in a smaller clamshell. I close it up, and then I put it in the hamburger slide, or if you have an heat lamp or something, even in a well, that could work depending on your packaging. And then these are awesome grab and go items in your downside, in the down times that you have that you can sell. A couple additional recipes I did today to show you is over here you have our cinnamon roll. This is actually the 2.5 ounce, so a little bit bigger. And what I did is just let it thaw slightly, and then you just take a knife. This is a little bit more labor intensive, but it can sell for a premium. It's kind of a take on an apple fritter, but a lot healthier because we don't deep fry it. So you take the 2, cut through it, and I've placed some wedges of apple, and you can buy those pre-cut, of course, and just baked it like the instruction on the box tells you. And then you can decide to ice it if you want. I personally like them like this, but just like the regular cinnamon roll, I brushed it with a little corn syrup first to make sure that we extend our shelf life and that the cinnamon roll is nice and moist when you eat it. Over here, using our 1.5 ounce cinnamon roll, again, I just cut it in half, and I baked it and made sandwiches. And it seems kind of weird, but it actually works really well because the cinnamon, if you have some nice bread, I have a little spicy mayo on there, a little ham and cheese and spinach, and then I just made a sandwich out of it. You can sell those in the past. I've sold those, like you can buy 1, 2, 3 different flavors. People really like that to be able to customize. Or obviously in this scenario with everything trying to be in a to-go format, you could sell 2 of those mini sandwich with a little side of coleslaw, and that's very easy to make. Another way to utilize your product, and you can just package that up and sell it that way. Lastly, we worked really like kind of intensively on grab and go items that people can bake for their family, because we know everybody's really busy in the healthcare world if they're at work. So I did here a sticky bun made with our mini cinnamon roll again, and at the bottom it's a very simple recipe. It's just a little butter or margarine if that's what you carry, some brown sugar. We've got some pecans, but if you can't add those because of the nut allergies in your facility, you can go without them as well. I bake it, so it's ready to go. I put it in you can either buy the lids for those, either an them, so we have those bigger Ziploc bag I put in there. You could sell it this way, and then all that the customer has to do is warm it up when they're at home for like 5 to 10 minutes in the oven at 350, and you can see it's ready to flip around. And you can just serve it for breakfast to your family. And that looks delicious. Whoops. There you go. Tim, back to you.
Chef, thank you so much for that. That's a great idea, I think, with the caramelized cinnamon rolls and being able just to kind of bring it back in the morning and serve it for breakfast. So thank you for the tips on those items. And I get, as Danny said earlier on, she loves scones. Guess what? I love Pillsbury muffin batter. From the time I came on with Pillsbury, it's been one of my favorite things to bake, to kind of dig into and play around with. We've got the #1 brand in frozen muffin batter. Again, versatility. There it is again, easy to use, quick to thaw, and it gives you a premium muffin or premium products, as you'll see here in a second. Again, Pillsbury Tubeset blueberry, you can see in the Let's Make Some Money. It's 6 3-pound tubes per case, and it's going to run you about 18 cents an ounce. But for the ease of use and the variety that you can offer your customers, I think that is definitely the way to go. So again, the video is embedded kind of on the 101 of the Tubeset. You can see the Tubeset batter there. And I have one right here. And that is, get used to how this is working here. This is a Tubeset. It's thawed out probably about 30 minutes. All you need to do is snip the end and pipe into your muffin cups or pan or whatever it is. Very easy to use. I love it because instead of dealing with an 18-pound tub of muffin batter and trying not to open too many different things to get different flavors, you can pull out a couple of different flavors a day and have fun with it and not be stuck with just 1 or 2 flavors. And I think it's that versatility that you'll find is phenomenal. I've got a couple recipes, but I did want to show you. I did a what I call my chocolate covered cherry muffin, and that is just the double chocolate muffin batter. And inside of that muffin, let's see if I'm going to lose it here when I do that, but there we go. I also embedded some cherries. I don't know if you can see that cherry pie filling on the inside and baked it off with a little coarse ground sugar on top. And again, it just gives you a premium looking muffin, probably it looks like a 4 to 5 ounce muffin. And it's just upscaling and taking it from the basic to something a little bit different. Double chocolate muffin batter and a chocolate or a cappuccino chocolate chunk, which is, I find, so many people's favorite. I love that with coffee. We did thimbles, and mine were a little bit bigger than a thimble, I guess. But it gives you a great interior. Cut it open. It's just the chocolate, the double chocolate batter with the cappuccino laid inside, baked off. You put a sheet pan over the top, and it kind of inhibits the rise, but it gives you a nice dense cake. Almost, I guess I could call it kind of the knockoff of the adult ding dong, if you wanted to look at it that way. But you get a great looking product. You can drizzle it again, string ice it, take a little espresso, instant espresso coffee with a vanilla icing, and string that over the top to give you another little different flavor. And part of what we really wanted to do today was show you the versatility of being able to pack these things. And I've got some brown boxes. You could put 1 or 2 of those in a brown box with some nice wax paper. And again, makes it great to go. I've also printed some little labels off that say fresh baked on premise daily, something like that, just to kind of bring it home and really merchandise the product and get that fresh concept in front of your customers. Also took that same cake batter. This is an apple cinnamon. I think the recipe calls for blueberry, but it's kind of a combination, gives you that rustic homemade tour type of look. Take one Tubeset muffin batter, divide it evenly between 3 different I did 10-inch. You could do 8 or 9 if you want a little thicker layers. And you come up with a nice slice of homemade looking cake. I did put a little peach preserves in between each layer. So it's not super sweet. And that's the great thing about it. It's not filled with icing. A little bit of icing on top and a little of the preserves kind of give you that fresh flavor. And it just looks homemade. And that's really what you're looking for here. I think it's just something simple, homemade, can be put in a clamshell and sold to go as well. And it's phenomenal that way. And then one of the last items is our I use a lemon poppy seed batter on this and created some loaves. Whether you leave them plain and you do you've seen it before, orange, chocolate, poppy seed loaves, great for if you are doing any catering at this point, but again, for laying out and selecting a slice, and even better, for wrapping these and taking them home, sell them at the register to go. You've got a great looking sweet bread loaf right there. Again, that's just some almonds and some of our icing melted on top. So it's very light. It's not adding a lot to it. If you have leftover of that, slice it, put it in the freezer. That's option number 1. And again, kind of trending on concepts a little bit too for you. That is, a lot of our commercial customers are taking this product and what they don't use or saving it, making French toast. Just dip it in some French toast batter. It's a lemon poppy seed French toast. You could do it with a lemon cremon glaze or just traditional syrup. Again, you can do an orange or an orange cranberry loaf. And the variety of that and putting it on your menu every day is just kind of fun, and it brings you kind of into that restaurant quality type food that you can serve with some variety. And if you still have some left over and you're looking for something to do with it, I know you all build parfaits at home. And again, using our Yoplait Parfait Pro, you can add that with some of the crumbled cake, whether it's the apple cinnamon cake or whether it's the loaves that you made. Just crumble that in, again, with some yogurt and some fresh fruit. And what Chef Gilles was saying earlier on about doing a happy hour and finding some things to do off peak. GFS sells these. It's just nice little demi cups. And again, fill it with some raspberry yogurt, some fruit, and again, some of the crumbled bread, and you've got a truffle and all different types of flavors. It's cute, it's easy, and again, makes a nice little quick pick-me-up in the middle of the day if somebody is looking for something. And then again, you can do a knockoff. Nothing Bundt cake is going crazy. Just put it in our batter in a Bundt pan, ice it with a little cream cheese frosting, sell it by the slice, sell it by the whole darn cake. Why not? It's something that Nothing Bundt cake is what, $32 for a size like that, and you can probably sell something like that out the door for $15 or $20 if you wanted to. You do it during the holidays, I think, with pie programs. Why not do a cake or a Bundt cake again during the holidays and offer something additional to pies? And one last item over on the far side, you can see that's just a coffee cake, again with the orange blossom batter spread into a pan. Took a little cherry pie filling and then just pulled a knife through. And when it was finished baking, was able to string ice it a little bit. And again, just some different ways to sell it. Danny had brought that up a little bit earlier on. Put a slice in a cellophane bag with a sticker, sell it at the register. It makes a great side in the morning, or instead of a muffin, a slice of coffee cake to take with your coffee. Just a great grab and go idea there. Or, you want to get a little more fancy, put it in a box and sell it in an individual box, an individual slice. It's really about upselling those items, and Dean showed you earlier on as well. And again, we're all about trying to figure out some ways to merchandise things. Nobody says you got to sell straight muffins or straight cinnamon rolls in a box. Do a combination box, a muffin, a cinnamon roll, maybe a sweetened biscuit or something like that. But again, put a little sticker on it, put your, your hospital's name on there, Fresh Baked Daily, and sell them out the door for them to take home as well. So that's just some of the ideas that we have here for you today. But again, I hope it gave you a little bit of a start on some ideas on how to use the product. If you haven't been utilizing them in this way, we're hoping that you can kind of take some of these things and take them to heart and actually put them into practice. So again, the links are included on the page and within the deck. And Gus, I think, is working his way over to that. And there you go. We'll send out these decks, and again, you can click on any of the recipes there to see how to make them for yourself. If I can do it, you can do it, I'm sure. I'm not a renowned baker by any stretch, but it's fun. It's great fun to kind of take these things and play around and come up with some different ideas. We also have additional recipes, as I said before, www.generalmillscf.com. Got everything there. What we've done today is we've just come out with the Back to Business flyer, and we wanted to support that. So a lot of the ideas and concepts you saw presented today are from that Back to Business Flexible Solutions flyer. It is interactive. The link will be interactive. You can click on any of the items and get to the information you need for that particular item. We're trying to make it intuitive, so it's very easy to use without having to go into layers and layers to find the information you want. Make it quick and easy. Here we go. And I think, Jen, are you on the call here? Are you able to talk?
Can you hear me?
A little bit, I think well enough, right?
Okay.
I want to thank you up front for doing this. Just so everyone knows, we took a couple of WAS Hospital, Crown Point, and Jen, your hospital, sent some product there. I know we didn't give you a lot of time to really get into it, but you've made some phenomenal things here, and I know you're still baking this morning, and I did want to incorporate it. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about what you did, what product you received, and how it went.
Well, the pictures you have up there are, I think it's the cinnamon streusel muffin, and then Joni did all the work. I'm not the baker either, so the next one is that big 4-ounce muffin. She thawed, then she, oh good, she's coming in my office to talk. She put scrambled eggs and sausage gravy in the biscuit, folded it over like a empanada as well, a little grab-and-go breakfast sandwich. And then she used the batter, the muffin batter, I think it was chocolate muffin batter, and she made an almond macaroon kind of, an almond joy brownie, and a s'mores brownie, I think, is another one, and a turtle one out of the muffin batter. She made some monkey bread out of the biscuit dough. With she made them individualized and kind of made them into the big muffins with cinnamon sugar and then some brown sugar gooiness. I don't know if I got a good picture of that. What else did you do?
I made blueberry bread, and in between I put sliced strawberries. It's not bad.
Did you hear that? She made a blueberry bread with some, in the middle, she put some sliced strawberries, so it's kind of a strawberry blueberry bread. It's not quite done yet, but it's on its way. So.
No, these are all, that's great. I like that empanada for breakfast. And that's something you think you could probably sell, right? I mean, that's something you think you'd have a quick grab and go on that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the idea, these days, is to try and get, as much safely packaged, safely wrapped, and out the door as you can.
Right, and what she did with the biscuit, with the biscuit empanada, she used the leftovers from breakfast today, and then she would be able to put those together this afternoon and bake them off in the morning and have it ready, utilizing some of our leftovers that way.
Perfect. And that's the other key. We hear it all the time, whether it's commercial operators or whether it's, healthcare, you've got the product. What do you do with it after day one? And there are so many different things you can do with the product after day one. So again, as you guys get into it and you see, and you've got questions, we probably have an answer for you on how to best utilize that product day 1 through day 2 or 3 or 4. And a lot of these products freeze quite well. Muffin batter in particular, you can make your muffins, let them cool, and pop them in the fridge if you're or freezer if you're not going to use them that day, and pull them out, let them slack, and you won't really see much of a quality loss at all. So can't say that 100% about the biscuits or about the cinnamon rolls, but you can make cinnamon roll French toast with that as well if you have some leftover cinnamon rolls. So lots of things to do there. But Jen, I know you scrambled to get that. You were sending me texts this morning and pictures and emails trying to get that done for us. And I really do appreciate that. And while I think your team, as you guys probably get into it, have fun with it. That's all I can ask, is have fun with the product. If any of you are looking for some concepts, ideas, and want to play around with it a little bit as well, please let us know, and we'll see what we can do to get some samples out to you and work with you as best we can on presenting ideas. Colleen had put together, and thank you for that, Colleen, the GFS item codes and quote list that you saw in the lower corner of the screen. This is here for you again, just kind of gives you an idea of the portion price, which is going to be important to you in figuring out, what to charge and what to ask for when that comes. So thank you again, Colleen, for that. And as we move to the end here, want to be mindful of your time, but we also have, again, a team here to support you. It's all 5 of us and then some. There are other people that are here as well to help. We have the resources available. You saw some of them, but there's a ton more. And then our Pillsbury FTO line can provide solutions. It's kind of our customer care, customer service line that can do that. So we wanted to save a few minutes. If any of you have any questions or comments about what you saw today, thoughts, we would love to spend a few minutes with you if you want and help you answer questions. Again, you got a trained chef here with us that can talk about products and the ins and outs of that. But does anyone have any questions?
Is everybody still awake?
Well, we're here. We're just hungry now.
I can see if you were eating some of our product along the way, it might, although I think you'd have a sugar buzz by this point more than be sleepy. But
Well, I did see in the chat box, and I just answered it. They were asking about the donut holes. How long did they take for the biscuits to bake, to fry up in the fryer? So Chef Gilles, do you want to? I mean, I personally used a home fryer. It took about 3 minutes at 350 from a thawed state, right? So the biscuits were already thawed, and I just dropped them down there. Now, what I did notice is that they did float up, but then one side was a little darker than the other. So what I was doing is I was stirring them a little bit. I didn't have an extra basket to put it over to keep it the whole donut hole under oil, so they could get a nice even color. So the second time I did them, I was stirring them a little bit while they were frying, and they came out beautifully.
Yeah, the way you want to do it, and that works too, Dean, but get just like donuts. So you put it in them, they'll sink, then they'll float, and after 2 minutes you want to flip them just like a donut. So if you have 2 sticks or a pair of tongs or something, you flip them, do 2 minutes on the other side, and then you're ready to go. So yeah, about 3-4 minutes, depends on your fryer, how long it takes to recover, how many you put in there, and those kinds of details.
Yeah, I was only doing 4 at a time. I'm sure you'll be doing many more at the hospital. Now, keep in mind, you can also do a savory version of it. So you can actually toss them in some Frank's buffalo hot sauce, and maybe throw some sesame seeds on there. Then you have a totally different product when you're done.
And one of the things too, because I know so many hospitals do not have fryers anymore, is you can do this by brushing the oil and the sugar before you bake it. You can, I mean, it's not the same exact product, but if you want to do a, baked version of it, that does work too. So if you do a little bit of oil and then dunk it in the sugar before you bake it, it makes a really nice crispy outside.
Well, I've got a question for anyone sitting there, and that is from what you saw today, are there things you think that you can take away that maybe you hadn't seen before, that might be new, or some different ways to package and move that product? What are your thoughts? This is something we want to kind of continue to do and be able to be out there on the front lines, understanding what your needs are to help you guys better. Well, did you see some things today, or there's some things that we could have done maybe a little differently that you'd like to see that we can improve on?
Well, we have a question from Colleen. Hi, Colleen. Do you have any carryout products, i.e. bags, to support grab and go? If yes, how would they place an order for those? Well, we are here to support. So if we are placing our items in your places of business, we can help you get some disposable, like some of those wax bags or some type of, I think we have some, Tim, right, that we can, there we go, or cello bags. Absolutely. Please reach out. We'd be happy to help you get a program like this launched. We do have marketing dollars available. We have $1 to $2 per case of new incremental cases that are placed into businesses. So yes, the answer is yes. Please reach out to any one of us, and we will help you market these products. Even if you need a sticker or something, we have a Xerox that we work with at our headquarters that we can actually customize a little sticker for you to stick on there as well.
And we've done things too, where it's, especially as you're rolling maybe some of these concepts out, where it might be putting together a little a program, like, a cup of coffee, and if they're down to get a cup of coffee, then how about a Danish, or how about a muffin, or how about a cinnamon roll, just to kind of get things going. And we can even help you maybe with a little bit of the product to get you rolling on that and get that, in the forefront of their minds. So we have some different options. We want to see it work for you. We want to see it be successful for you, and we want it to, ultimately be a long-term money-making, opportunity within your cafeterias.
Yes, Juanita says that they currently use cinnamon rolls and scones, and we're interested in using the bag and cake batters. Yes, we use this opportunity today to show versatility, and there's a ton of more recipes. We just scratched the surface today. Honestly, if you've never been to our website, please. Chef Gilles is part of a team of chefs that we have up in headquarters in Minneapolis, and all day long they develop new recipes for our products for versatility and creativity. So, Chef, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I would really recommend you go to our website. We have a really cool team of people working on trends as well. So even though we stuck at home, and I guess we are back in the kitchen at General Mills, just with lots of precaution, just not on Friday. That's why I'm here. And people are still working on those trends newsletter. People are still working on new recipes. We've created a lot of guides around grab and go, kind of trying to avoid all those touch points that you used to have in cafeterias. And obviously, if you have interest, and with this team, this sales team, we are here to support as well, provide some of the resources that may be needed for that. So yeah, anything we can do to help. But yeah, go to our website, and there's definitely hundreds of recipes you can search by product or by meal occasion. That way, if you have something in your freezer and you want to use it, or you want to find more ideas around it, you can just type the code or the product number, and it will pop up with all the recipes that we created using that product. So that's one of my favorite search feature, if you will. That way I don't need to keep ordering more samples, because my house is full of them, so I don't want that anymore. Just like your freezer.
Hey, this might be Kathy, are we good do we have a couple more minutes?
Just a couple.
Okay, Gus, maybe can you hop on the website real quick and just type in like scones, and just kind of walk us through like how to get to that website and how to look up some recipes, and I think then Tim could just bring it home and we can wrap it up for the day.
Yeah, let's see here.
Well, I have to say there's a lot of new ideas, and I think this was really good for everyone to see these, even if we're using some of these products in some different ways, how to use them. And I think it's pretty exciting, get everybody a little excited again on what we can bring to our cafeterias.
Sure, definitely. Perfect. So with this website, it's General Mills biscuitcf.com. And here on the screen here is where you'll find the main page, which is kind of some basic resources, products they'll love, a lot of different ways to go about things. So one thing that Dean wanted me to do is to just search a product and see what kind of recipes pop up. So up here in the search bar, whatever you're really looking for, whether it's biscuit ideas, muffin ideas, scone ideas, this is gonna be your best bet to try and key in on those things. So this will bring up our scone landing page. And then from there on the left, you can decide what type of content you're looking for, whether it's an article, just basic product knowledge, or what recipes we have for the scones that we offer. So just click on that. It'll bring up a whole bunch of different scone recipes. You can go into those, you can print them out, you can save them to your computer so it's easier to access. And it's just a nice resource to be able to come up with different ideas for all the different products that we have to offer at General Mills.
Perfect. Thank you, Gus. Back to you, Tim.
All right. Well, thanks for showing us that quickly, because it's so easy to use, and really it should be your first go-to aside from us, but we're here to help. I just want to say again, I know we got off to a little slow start trying to get the recording going, but we got it, and I want to thank you for your patience through all that. And I know we took maybe a little more time than we wanted to, but hopefully you find it worth it. I want to get you guys back to the remainder, I think, of your meetings if you have them. But thank you so much for your time. Please feel free to reach out to any of us if you have questions. Doesn't matter, who you remember, whatever. We'll get the resources to you. And Kathy, Colleen, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do that today. And again, as things come up, you see some needs and maybe some other areas, we can do this for virtually any of our products and spend a little bit of time with you recapping that and the ease of use. So again, keyword for the day, versatility. Hope you found some within the presentation. And everybody, thank you so much and have a great weekend.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Tim, Colleen, and your group. Greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great day and a great weekend.